So in this verse, we're talking about the influence of planets. So Prabhupada is mentioning about certain planets which are auspicious and some are considered inauspicious or impious. Ominous planets such as Mars and Saturn shone brighter and surpassed the auspicious ones such as Mercury, Jupiter and Venus, as well as number of lunar mansions. Many times this dilemma comes, how much the planets are influencing us and how much things are within our domain to change. In other words, there is some school of thought which believes that everything is governed by planets. If you are born at the right time, auspicious constellations, it governs your life. In other words, your life is destined. There are astrologers who believe that by seeing your Janampatri and what time you were born, where you were born, everything can be predicted. I met a person in US. He said, everything is destined. So I asked him, how much is within our control? Okay, we understand planets have an influence, constellation. It is there in our Shastras also. Astrology, astronomy, it's all Vedic sciences. And here also it's mentioned, auspicious planet, inauspicious planet. If they are shining brighter, it's not good. So how much is we influenced by the planets and how much we have control of our lives? Are we just puppets? There was once a very big astrologer. His name was Kalia, very famous, R.C. Kalia. And regularly in the newspaper, ads used to come. But below the ad, he was very blessed. He would say, R.C. Kalia can tell your future, but cannot change it. He was humble enough to accept. I can tell if you are going through problem, how many days, how many months, how many years. When people are going through problem, they want some bit of how long. Okay, I can tolerate. Tell me by how long. So he was good enough to mention, he can tell the future, but I cannot change it. So there was one more astrologer who was a congregation devotee, and he was again very famous. He made many thousands of people chant, because he would tell people, and the parihara he would say, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I can tell, but if you have to change, you have to find a solution, chant Hare Krishna. So thousands and thousands of people in Bangalore started chanting, because they were in distress, they were having problems, and then he would give the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and they would start chanting. So we should avoid in this thing, two extremes. One extreme is everything is controlled by planet. If planets are inauspicious, हमारी जन्म कुंडली खराब है, gone. Our life is gone. That is one extreme understanding. The other extreme understanding is, I don't care about these planets. There are people like that. सब हमारे हाथ में. Everything we can control by hard work, by the right strategies, by right guidance, we can control things, we can change things. So there are two extremes. The right understanding is, it's a fact that something is in our control, something is not in our control. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kartam iti manyate. Krishna also says. What is the right understanding? We can get some semblance of understanding through this example. A cow tied to a pole, the length of the rope by which it is tied, the neck is tied to the pole, let's say it's 5 meters. Now in this example, within a 5-meter radius, the cow has freedom to move around. It can go up, down, 3 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter, 5 meter, 4.5 meter. It can move around left, right. But beyond 5 meter, if it goes, rope will restrict its movement. So likewise, the right understanding is, we have certain free will which we can execute. I can change many things. Many things are in my control. What disease I get, to take care of the health, to some extent it is in my control. Which doctor I go, to some extent it is in my control. Whether I'll get cured or not, by taking all the controls, will I not get disease? Everything is not in our control. Just 2 days back, there was a news, some of you probably would have heard about. There was a very big yoga teacher, and he was known for fitness. Just about a year back, he had a record of doing 5,100 Surya Namaskars. 5,100 Surya Namaskars. And have run those marathons, 42 meters, 42 big marathons. He has run that many, many times. And he was going to the park to teach yoga. And he parked this car in the parking lot. And the yoga was scheduled to start at, let's say, 7 a.m. 7:10, 7:15. He has not come. And people have seen him that he has already come, he is there. Some people saw him parking lot when they were parking their cars. So at 7:15, whatever the scheduled time, I don't know the exact time, they went to the car to see where is he, and he's lying there, he's sitting there. They tried waking up, no movement. They rushed him to the hospital, found dead. No symptom of disease, fit and healthy, teaching yoga, runs marathon, 5,100 Surya Namaskar. Appears that things are in his control. He can control so-called his longevity, his health, when he will die. So this is a very striking example of some things in our control, some things are not in our control. So this cow can move around in this 5-meter radius, but beyond 5 meters, it will get restricted. Now, for some people, the length of the rope is 3 meters. For some, it is 2 meters. For some, it is 10 meters. For some, it is 25 meters. For some, it is half meter. For some, the cow is just tied to the pole. There is no freedom. There are some people in this world, they are so much overwhelmed with circumstances, practically they cannot do anything. Sometimes people also come to the temple and says, Swamiji, I want to chant, but so much. Morning I have to wake up at 4 o'clock, then I have to do the cooking, then I have to travel, 2 hours it takes to travel, and then night, by the time I reach home, it is 9:30 in the night, and then I have to do this thing, and the people, how can you expect they will come to the temple, they will find 2 hours for chanting? The schedule is jam-packed and they have no option. If they don't follow that schedule, they cannot survive. There's one person in Bombay, I met him, 7:30 in the morning he leaves his home and reaches back home at 10:30 in the night. And next day morning again, 5:30, 6 o'clock, he has to get up and start the home by then. Then I asked him, why do you go home then? We sleep here only in the house. But again, in the family there is, children and wife, and he has to cook also. There are many people like that. Circumstances are so overwhelming. Length of the rope is very less. Even if they want to chant, there's no time. They can't. Circumstances are so overwhelming. And some people, that's why Krishna says, yoga bhrashta, suchinam shimatam gehe. If a person is rich, although if there is no right association, a rich person can get further entangled in so many other unnecessary complications. Otherwise, he does not have to really struggle to meet his basic needs. If he has good association, he can focus in his spiritual growth. So, likewise, these constellations, the stars, they have an influence. We cannot be arrogant and say, I don't care. Just like there are government laws, we accept it or we don't accept it, laws are applicable. We can be ignorant, ignorance is bliss, but laws are there. The more we are aligned with the laws, the better is our life. But just like we have government laws, likewise you have laws of universal government, and that is Krishna's. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa chara chara. Maya adhyakshena. Adhyakshena under my supervision. Supervision means there are certain well-defined laws. Law of gravity. So many laws are there. So, above all these laws is the lawmaker, who is in full control of, like government. Government can make exemptions. There are certain laws how the land will be allocated. But Chief Minister can sign a file. Chief Minister still, because it's a democratic government. Imagine a government like what is there in UAE and Dubai and all those things. The monarch can just sign. You want to set up something, if that sheikh, he decides, you want to give 20 acres of land they can just sign one order and it will be given. It doesn't have to go through the entire cabinet and things like that. So likewise, that's why Krishna says, there are so many dharmas, so many laws, so many do's and don'ts. But if you come to fully surrender to me, I will take care. Sarva dharman paritya mam ekam aham tvam sarva pape. If there is some lacuna, you have disobeyed certain things and all that, then I will take care. Now we cannot take shelter of that statement because we are not fully surrendered. We are not pure devotees. And we should be humble enough. We should not say, I am a devotee. I am not a devotee. So much kachara is there in my head. So much of independence I have, so much false ego I have. If we are 100% surrender, then we don't have to take care of these laws. Because Krishna is taken care. But being humble enough that, yes, I am not surrendered, I am not a devotee, as far as possible, I should obey those laws. And wherever in doubt, we can take higher guidance. These days, a lot of people talk about Vastu. Like even in our temple, we are having a Vastu consultant. Now, in one sense, if you see, why we have to consider Vastu? Vastu also is a Vedic science. Vastu Shastra is there. One thing, we are making temple for Krishna. Krishna will take care. Krishna is the supreme controller. We are chanting Krishna's name. Why we have to consult any Vastu Shastra or anything like that? This question can arise. Sarva dharman mamekam sharanam raja. So I asked this question to Madhu Pandit Prabhu. To what extent we should consult? Because Vastu also, you want to build kitchen here, they say, no, it cannot be built here. This is Agni Mula. Or this is so and so this thing. It cannot be built. So then you have to change your plan. So when we were also planning, we would plan in such a way, and then we go to Vastu and the Vastu will say, no, this cannot be done. So we have to again change. Then we go to the consultant, architect, they'll say, no, if we make it here, this is a problem. Again, go back to Vastu. Please find something. So one may ask, why do we consult Vastu? So I asked this to Madhu Pandit Prabhu. So Madhu Prabhu was told, very nice thing, as far as possible, we try to follow. Because these are laws, universal laws. And beyond a point, if you are getting stuck and there is no other way, depend on Krishna. So in other words, we are not avoiding two extremes. One is, if I follow these laws 110%, everything is fine and safe. That understanding is also wrong. Mare Krishna rakhe ke, rakhe Krishna mare ke. And the other understanding is, because Krishna is protecting me, nobody can harm, so I don't have to follow anything. I don't care. That is arrogance. And why that is arrogance? Because we have to understand we are not devotees. In fact, if we think I'm a senior devotee, I'm an advanced devotee, I'm a 10-year-old devotee, a 40-year-old devotee, that's a wrong understanding. When it comes, Krishna always protects his devotees. The doubt comes, why Krishna did not protect me? I'm a devotee. First answer should come in our mind, I am not a devotee. Then this second question, why Krishna did not protect, question doesn't arise. If Krishna protects, thank you, doesn't protect, thank you. Because I am not a devotee. Otherwise, entitlement comes. Why? We were devotees, we went to this temple. Why Krishna did? I daily go to the temple. Why Krishna, this happened to me? The humility should happen within. At a vyavaharik level, yes, there will be some designations, some positions, up, down. But in the heart, we should know I am not a devotee. So then all the Krishna protects the devotees. Then if suppose some, very easy to reconcile. I am such a sinful man. How can I expect that Krishna will protect me always? So as far as possible, we try to consult, and we don't go to the other extreme that there are some people, Vastu means, for them, Vastu is God. They'll not go 0.1% against Vastu. We try to follow. If nothing is possible, chant Hare Krishna and move ahead. We are not arrogant. We try as far as possible to follow the laws of land. We don't say we are Krishna devotees, we don't have to follow. If there are traffic laws, we try to follow. If there are some statutory compliances, we try our best to follow. While construction, some laws are there, setback area. As far as possible, we try to follow the laws of land. And wherever an aberration is necessary for Krishna's service, sometimes we offend the parents also. At times when devotees have to join, the parents get very upset. They say, no, you cannot do it. At times we go against their wish. It is not in the Shastra that we have to disobey the parents. There are many Shastric injunctions that parents have to be worshipped. Parents have to be respected. But when Krishna's service is in this thing, Gato mukundam parihritya kartam, then we make an exemption for Krishna's sake. Telling a lie. Yes, there is a law that we have to be truthful. But there are many pastimes where even great devotees have violated so-called laws of the land. There were 12 alvars. One of them became an alvar. He used to do dacoity, loot people. He's an alvar, celebrated alvar, worshipped. He used to loot people because some temple was being built and he would go and offer. So Krishna, all these laws are there. The best of ability, we follow those laws. But there have been exceptions where a devotee, because of his pure intention, and when we should also not imitate those devotees, because our intention is mixed with so many personal interest. That's why Anukaran and Anusharan, we should follow in the footsteps, we should not imitate. If an alvar could do dacoity, we cannot do dacoity or loot people and justify alvar also did it, I can also do it. No, I am not at his level of devotion, surrender, so I cannot imitate. And it's a fact that above all these laws, whatever the laws we're talking about, the constellations, the stars, all this Vastu Shastra, whatever the laws we're talking about, above this is a lawmaker. It's a fact that all these things can be null and void if Krishna takes care. And that is what Krishna is saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Don't worry, I will take care. So that way, a devotee is fearless. He surrenders more and more to Krishna. For example, again, when a devotee is sick, should he go to a doctor or not? One understanding is Krishna will protect. Mare Krishna rakhe Krishna mare ke. If Krishna has to make me get cured, why have to go to the doctor? Why have to take medicine? I'll just chant Hare Krishna and Krishna will take care. Nothing wrong with this understanding. But for a pure devotee, there's a conversation in PQPA, Perfect Question, Perfect Answer book, Bob Cohen and Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is asking Prabhupada, prasadam is transcendental. Prasadam is not sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Prasadam is above Shuddha Sattva. So you ask, what if the prasadam is, sometimes we see, fungus comes in prasadam. So should we take or not take? Assuming you get some prasadam and it is full fungus has come. It is Rajbhog prasadam. Somehow it was placed somewhere and you realize later on after 5 days you go there and it is full of fungus. So should we take or not take? This was the spirit of the question. In one sense, we said prasadam is transcendental. It is all pure. It is above all this thing. So, in fact, it can cure all material all infections. Bhavaroga also it can control. So can we it's transcendental. So Prabhupada says, for a pure devotee who has complete faith that prasadam is transcendental, if he takes that, nothing will happen to him. He can take that prasadam with fungus. A pure devotee, if he takes, nothing will happen, because he has faith, full faith that it is transcendental. It is non-different from Krishna. But for us, if we take that, it is imitation. It is not following in the footstep, it is just like imitating Lord Shiva. He drank poison, we can take ganja. So there are laws. Fungal means it will infect, the stomach will get upset and all that. We avoid. So the material laws are there. We have to respect those laws. For example, if we are becoming sick, it's a yantra. As a matter of duty, we go to the doctor. Have faith, Mare Krishna Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. As a matter of duty, we go to the doctor. And whatever the doctor has recommended, we try our best to follow that instruction. And if we get cured, don't give 100% credit. Give the due credit to the doctor and have faith that Krishna has protected me. I have shared this earlier. Many times when we go to the doctor, we feel, doctor has cured me. He is God for me. More so if there is some crucial, critical operation. You have given me second life. No, Krishna has given second life. That's why many places Krishna in the Gita says you have the right to do your duty. Do not be attached to the results. Why he says that? Because your endeavor is just one part of the equation. Even all these material laws, constellations, stars, all that have an influence on the outcome. Your destiny, your past karma, Krishna's higher plan. We have a desire to complete this temple. If it doesn't happen, Krishna has a higher plan. We will put full effort. We'll put full prana. But if it doesn't happen, man proposes, God disposes. We don't get frustrated. We don't say, no, we had faith in Krishna. Krishna, why he did not help? We'll put effort. Krishna decides. He is the supreme controller. There is very nice thing how much we should have faith in our actions, how much we should depend on Krishna. So they say, when you do your work, you think as if everything is in your control. Think. In other words, when you put prayas, don't put half-hearted prayas. Think as if everything is in your control. Work hard, work sincerely. Not that, Krishna wants, it will happen. If Krishna wants, that's why Krishna has given you buddhi. Use your buddhi. Work as if everything is in your control. Everything you have to do. But when it comes to result, believe that everything is in the hands of Krishna. Then frustration will not come. Otherwise, it is Falgu Vairagya. Our laziness, our lack of initiative, we will justify in the name of dependence on Krishna. We are lazy, we are not putting enough effort, and we are saying, I am depending on Krishna and I am sleeping. Depending on Krishna means we put full effort, having faith that whatever strength, whatever energy, whatever talents, whatever skill, Krishna will provide. Krishna is providing. And results left to Krishna. He gives, very good. Does not give, he has a higher plan. We don't get frustrated. So that's why this Krishna consciousness, it's a game of consciousness. It's a game of how we think, Always there's a talk going in our head. Always there's a commentary going on in our head to what is happening around us. Krishna consciousness is to have a Krishna conscious commentary. Right now the commentary is because we are conditioned soul, the commentary is conditioned by what people think, conditioned by what we have believed for so many lifetimes. So when we read, hear, associate with the devotees, that commentary changes. Otherwise, what the commentary, why this happened to me? I served for so many years, now this is what I am getting? Commentary, this is what I am getting? The commentary should be, Krishna is giving more than what I deserve. He is very, very merciful. He is all good. Everything is as per His divine plan for my good. I may not be able to understand. I may not be able to comprehend. My limited intelligence may not be able to understand what's happening. But I am happy that Krishna is in control. He is my well-wisher. We'll stop here. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.